I hope you can hear the music, because otherwise I'm jigging and jiving to everybody and nobody, as always, as we expect. I can hear the music. Seven Nation Army in my head. We're going to have more than just the Seven Nation Army though, and sadly you don't hear the music. See, I just don't understand. We put on for that joy of you listening to it. It shows on my audio meter that it is giving you vibes and music. Even if I turn the volume up, let me know, right? See, I've turned the volume up, right? You guys let me know if you're hearing this, right? Because I feel like at times it works, and then sometimes at times it doesn't. But I don't know why. Right, so let's play the Spotify. And if I... Can you hear that? Probably not. You're supposed to. That's the problem we have. You know, that's the problem we have here. Oh well. If we don't hear it, we don't hear it. That's fair. But we're not here for the music anyway. We're here for the Call of Duty Absolute League Advanced Division and our Season 1 of Black Ops 6. Inglorious Kunoichi once again back at it. Again, they only just performed a game last night, I think it was as well, actually. So they're back-to-back days. And you know what? They've gone up against the Peachy Slayers this time out. They came up against Cursed Bandits last time. And it was a rough one for them. They did end up losing that 3-2. This time around, though, trying to see if they can bounce back here with Peachy Slayers. The Peachy Slayers team lineup, though. Let's have a look. Very much, man. I really do appreciate it. Hope you had a fantastic stream, Koicaster. It's a joy to work with, isn't it, Chief? It's a joy to work with. I can't lie. I don't know if they can make the game any worse in terms of viewership for the Codcaster side of things and for people trying to put their own private lobbies and matches up together, because you think that's happening in every private match. That's affecting scrims between two players and teams. That's affecting all of these casts that we're trying to put out, and that's even happening on the challenger side of things. Like grassroots Call of Duty is just not being thought about here at the moment. But that being said, tonight's match, hopefully we can try and get over the time, because it took about 2 and a bit hours last night instead of an hour and a half for 3 maps. But we'll see what happens. Hope you had a fantastic stream though, and well done, and hopefully everybody else here can get to see their Peachy side doing something here as well after a good performance with the Misfits over on your channel there, Chief. And welcome back to the big old casting days back again, back home, back to the streams, back to the casts. I'm looking forward to seeing more of them. No Peachy, no Paris is super. That's a solid performance, super as well from yourself. It definitely was. We're just waiting on that lobby code here so we can get ourselves set into a lobby, like we says. And speaking of lobby, let's look at our series maps. We're going to see only 2 maps this whole evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see a Skyline Hardpoint, followed by a triple header of Vault. Then we go to another Search and Destroy, which will be onto Skyline if we go the distance as we have done in the previous matchup. like I says, we are going to get into that private matchup. In the meantime, where you get to, what do you think of the setup? Like, what do you think of the layout of map choices for this one? Like, normally Vault hasn't been getting picked on a regular as often recently. This time round, though, we are seeing it. It's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. Great to be back. I'm glad to see you back as well, mate. I'm glad to see you back, mate. It's good to see you back behind the camera once again, putting on the show for us here to watch. And hopefully I can do the exact same this evening here, following on from your raid here. And everybody that's joining, welcome, welcome, welcome aboard. I am Marker G. I'm also a fellow caster alongside the likes of Chief Lid and many, many more. There is such a list now just accumulating here between the different leagues. We're an absolute league this time, and this is going to be a great match to watch, I'm sure. And like we said, Inglorious girls were already playing last night and are looking to continue where they left off from last night, because they did get the win last night, I'm sure. Or was it last night they got the win? God, my brain is gone mush. But Mr. Beer TV, thank you for the follow, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna try and put as much as show on as possible. Make sure everything works. We do have replay buffer on and stuff like that. So if the stream does lag, because we are streaming here on YouTube, Twitch, and over on Kick, it might lag. So it's the first time we've put Kick on for a while. But yeah, we're going into a Skyline Hardpoint map number 1, Inglorious Kunoichi versus Peachy Slayers. We'll wait till the game loads in because we want to make sure that it is all ready to go. Guys are saying no Peachy, no party. We didn't manage to get the predictions set up here quickly enough here, but we might be lucky and we'll be able to get a quick one set up for you guys in chat before the game gets underway. We'll give you a quick 2-minute prediction because the game isn't starting anyway. There we go. So you get the chance to get your predictions in. Who's going to win map number 1? Inglorious Kunoichi Girls or the Peachy Slayers? There's plenty of Peachy support in here, I'm sure. And like we says, this is going to be a big issue because we are having to restart the game because they have logged in and they couldn't start the game. So solid start, ladies and gentlemen. This is their first restart of the evening, and there is many, many, many more to come in our future, I'm sure. So, in the meantime, I tried to put on music, but we all know that somehow that music just does not come through for you guys, which for me is pretty damn depressing. It is pretty depressing, but they had a crash on one of the players, so we have to reset the lobby, which also means restarting every single person in the lobby's game, which is unfortunate, and that's just how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. It's just how it goes, right? But like we said, in the meantime, predictions in the chat. Let's see what you think. I'll only give you 2 minutes, so it's a very short period for you guys to get involved and interested. Normally we give you about 10 minutes prior to the match starting and such like, but we'll have time to do that after map 1 is finished, and then hopefully all goes smoothly. We're not doing this whole restart 4 or 5 times just to get one map played, which has happened and did happen last time round. So it is frustrating. I also tried to watch the Call of Duty channel last night, right? This is their official channel, who they had a Warzone matchup, right? It was custom lobbies in for £10,000 on the line, right? For these players, these professional players. And you know what? They had the same issues. And because they were waiting so long, they legit had to cancel the whole tournament. It just wasn't happening. Couldn't do anything about it. You know what I mean? It's depressing because the viewership of Call of Duty is just dramatically dropping. We're getting Marvel Rivals shooting up there. Other games competing. Even Apex Legends is still attracting more viewership than a brand new game like Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And that was before Christmas. That's before the drop-off normally comes, right? We don't want to see it for the game that we all love. We also want the game to run as close and as possible, but Is the cat nearby, Faithless? I don't think the cat is nearby, to be fair, and the door is shut, so very much doubt the cat is nearby at the moment. Sadly, I assume you wish to give the cat some treats, because I'm sure they would love you for that as well. But as it stands, they are nowhere to be seen. They were downstairs because it was their tea time anyway, so they were getting fat enough downstairs and enjoying their pouches. So they're probably not anywhere nearby. And because we were putting the kid to bed and such, like, you know, we've not really had that chance to get the doors open and keep the noise. Boo, Rivals. What is wrong with Rivals? Is great, Cruzy. Like, don't you like it? I like it. I think it's a fun game to play. I've never played, I was never really a big fan of Overwatch, right? But I quite like the Marvels kind of game. I'm a big Marvels fan though. So I think that being said does kind of help the scenario, right? It definitely does. So let's get on to that studio mode. Let's go and see if we are ready. If we're going to get into this lobby. If everything's going to go nice and smoothly. So far, so good. Transition in. Map number 1. About to commence. Inglorious Kunoichi versus Peachy Slayers here on the hardpoint. We're on board with Lexa to start the map, who's had a fantastic series last time we watched. Goes to get the first pick as well, and this is exactly the way you want to start your lobby. First pick, hardpoint under control. Sandrine finding a couple of kills here as well. And look how bright that decking is. We can't even see the scoreboard. That's how bad it is because it's orange and red. Probably not the best two choices of teams going into it. But Inglorious Kunoichi will be broken here with 18 seconds on the clock. Daleen goes for that challenge. Does find the one player behind the hot tub. They'll get that hold here and they want to try and get the spawns here for P2. One of those strong, dominating power positions here to hold on to. Lex is holding the back, but they're going to see all the players of Peachy Slayers trying to make their move around towards that P2 position. Kilian is to the right hand side, is spotted, one pick gone. Another player in the feed there falls, and that's Big Boink. Inglorious Kunoichi will have the chance to hold their own here. Chamebot though, going for that challenge up top catwalk. Sandrine comes sliding on through, thinks none of that. You're not getting involved here. We're keeping hold of this, and they've got a good 45-second lead here so far on P2. But the players following in the back will give even more time towards Inglorious Kunoichi squad. Yuzna, who was on a 4-stick, does end up falling. That's Aimbot in the back, though Marcos is also in the back trying to do some work there, but Big Boink trying to find their way up. Oh, finally finds that kill. Finds a second. Big Boink. Is he going to make it the third? Runs out of bullets, tries to find it, doesn't get the opportunity, and Kunoichi holding the last few seconds here as well, and maybe get that last 15 seconds of scrap time going towards that kitchen P3 side. It's going to be about the early pushes here for Peachy Slayers, trying to get themselves in a strong position here. Power positions behind the headies, even up on this little worktop at the side here. Does find that kill, Marcos. And Big Bonk's combining. A couple of kills going their way. They'll get that hold of the new hardpoint. And the players just flipped. Spawn's gone the other direction. The fall kills back and forward though. Jameboy kills Lexa as his just jump on board. Sandrine falls. Using is now trying to find that opportunity to break on in. And Inglorious Kunoichi's trying to hold every single player off of Peachy Slayer, so there's no time coming on that P3 hardpoint so far. And the break on does come through here for Inglorious Kunoichi as they try to hold even longer to get past that 100-point margin. Teammates do fall though, and there's only going to be one player left alive, and that's Daleen, who's going to have to beat that rotation because Peachy Slayers are set up. Gets close by, but Peachy Slayers are finishing these kills. Big Boink finishes a 5 spree, does eventually get found there, but now Kayleigh, who sitting in the back holding that spawns, making sure that the bathroom side is on their side. Spots Lexa, runs out of bullets, hasn't reloaded from that whole time she sat there. A bit unfortunate for Kayleigh, but you know, she's going to have to try and go chasing with the pistol and Strider in hand. Does give it that power position though at the back. There's going to be two players of Kunoichi there, and that is probably a very difficult position to be in now, as Big Boink will be picked off by Alexa. There's only one more player in the hardpoint. Inside showers. Jamebot though does find one. He's on a 5 spree, keeping it alive, goes towards the bath side now. Good hold here for the Peachy Slayers onto P3, continually building up some points here with 28 seconds more left on the clock. They're going to close this to win even 70 if they can keep Inglorious Kunoichi from finding that break, but the answer to that was no. Using it does slide on in, does eventually. I thought it was Marcos that got the kill on him, but it wasn't. There we go. Inglorious Kunoichi get it past that 100-point margin as they're looking strong so far in this hardpoint. Definitely having a couple of games this week so far has keeping them nice and warm. Yo, Mexi, thank you for the raid, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you had a fantastic stream or cast. I assume you were casting as well, mate. Hope it was good. We're back towards B1 though. And Peachy Slayer's holding it. Bathroom push. Coming from the Inglorious girls. You can all see them there on the screen. All four of them trying to slide on in. Up from top though. Kayleigh will find one. Big Boink still on a free streak as well. Let's jump on board with Kayleigh for that power position. From the back, Piano. As soon as we do so, of course, it is Caster Curse comes out, but Big Boink will add to it and make it 4. So their streak continues as Peachy Slayers have got so much time in the last 2 hardpoints to build themselves closer to the Kunoichi Girls score line. It's 110 to 92. But the Peachy Slayers are holding for that back spawn for P2 here with 10 seconds left of scrap time. Have the Girls of Kunoichi lost their mojo? Have they lost the flow that they had started building as they were leading quite convincingly? But now the Slayers are starting to slay. They're finding what they need to do. They're finding that next level. Kayleigh just getting picked off there. However, Big Boink is double positive. 22 and 11 so far for their team. They've got the P2 hardpoint. They've got it to with 100 points now and all within 10 seconds here on this. Hardpoint finds a double kill. And Peachy Slayers are just climbing and climbing and climbing. Could even take the lead here in this hardpoint for the first time. Is it going to be happening here? It looks like it. That's 4 dead. Kunoichi Girls can't find the way in. They can't find the break. And all of this time is just giving Peachy Slayers an opportunity here to get that lead and even take it further and further away from the Inglorious Girls position as Daleen comes up through the slide. That's 3 dead in their feed, but that means nothing at this point in time. It is scrap time. Jamebot continuing on a 6 spree. We just missed out on that as he finds 2. Might have found a 3rd there. Is he going to find it? No, he does eventually fall. Daleen and co all trying to slide on. Does find a kill. Finds that break. Gets the kitchen position in and under control. As Peachy Slayers now have to find a break on in. Kunoichi taking that lead back once again. Kayleigh, and look at that position. Finding the players lying down inside kitchen, but all 3 players are still sitting nice and tidy here in that kitchen side of here, the Kunoichi Girls. And the break's not coming for the Peachy Slayers, trying to find the slide on, trying to find the opportunity to go sliding on in. As soon as the player comes onto that contest, they know he's there. They'll start looking for the kills, and Kayleigh hasn't moved from that top bedroom spot. She got a few kills from it, but not continuing it here. Big Boink though slides on through. Playing Chickenelli here with their opposition. Round and round, ring a rosies. What are we playing? Whatever works. It worked for Kunoichi though this time round, and now they're going to try and get set up here for bathroom. Doesn't look good for the Kunoichi Girls at the moment though, because in the back you do have the players going, but there's 3 dead. They're still spawning close by, but they need to get the players killed on the headies. They have done so. Kunoichi make the break on through, but the split spawn's coming in. Well and truly heard here. Kayleigh running, no ninja, no nothing. Heard by a mile away. Will be picked off, but Jamebot is there to find one. Finds a second. Eventually falls. Kunoichi Girls almost to with that 200 point. Almost there. Can they find that opportunity here to keep building it? As it's back and forward checkerboard here. Lexa jumps in, gets inside that time. 17 more seconds to play for. We'll get past that 200 point mark here. Peachy Slayers nowhere nearby to make the challenge here. Do send the stuns and the nades in constantly. But the way it's going, as Peachy Slayers are trying to hold this one here. The kills go in the wave. Oh my god, Lexa, what have you just done? You've just wiped the floor with Peachy. Oh my god. A phenomenal performance there from Lexa at the back there. Takes her back to positive here almost, as she's going to try and find one more kill. And that does go her way. 6 kills in a row, but falls off the map. That's unfortunate. Oh my god. Oh my god, Jamebot though, and Marco is watching over towards the spawning side here of the Kunoichi Girls. Peachy Slayers now having to keep as much time here as possible. They're within 41 seconds of losing map number 1. But it's a contested hardpoint. Trying to look for them. Lying down. Sindrian's in a great position. Does find a kill. Will eventually fall, but using a sneaking down below. Going to try and go that route. Sneaky their way all the way around towards P2. It's exactly what you want to be doing. Get your position. Does find a kill as well. A nice wee sneaky route done. Don't spot the player sliding on through those. Big Boink does find that kill. Now, holding up. Back and forward. Sandrine finding the kills. Jamebot's going to try and answer that back with a trade. Does find it. Did get a few more seconds here, but who's going to find these picks in the back? Lexa, if it's going to be anybody, it's going to be her. She does find a kill. They do get the players spawning in the back. Big Boink hiding behind the office table. Stays alive. That nade might get Lexa weak. The challenge won't come in yet, but Kunoichi Girls do have the hold. Marcos comes up from behind. 3 dead in the feed. Only 1 player left by is using it. Having to try and stay alive, but the spawned quite far out there. 20 seconds left on this hardpoint. 20 seconds for Peachy Slayers to take it to the 200 point mark. And this is going to be a very close kitchen hardpoint here, ladies and gentlemen. Marco's looking to stay there. Looking for the route though. Big Boink trying to find the players. Does find one. Spotted the second one. Lex is there lying and finding it. I thought they were going to be turned on, but stays alive. Kitchen, a good strong hold here now. Could be the win for the Inglorious Kunoichi Girls. Can they find it? 1 kill going their way, Alexa. Big Boink will slide in, get that contest, and does find 1 pick. 2 players are in from the Peachy Slayers. Make that free. Yuzma going to try and come challenge that. And they do get the break back in again here for the Kunoichi Girls. They're going to get it within 20 seconds. They can win it on this hardpoint. It is going to be crucial here. Kayleigh taking her time. Doesn't spot using it in the corner. That's going to be one of them dead. But Bajambot finds 2. Marcos finds another. There's only Lexa left in the back there. And they eventually stop that ticks of progress here. Kunoichi within 13 seconds of winning the hardpoint. Peachy Slayers going to get the last bit of scrap time here, but it looks like the Kunoichi Girls are holding for the bathroom spawns, making sure they can stay in that position. Here we go. Jamebot hearing that cruise missile. It is coming inbound. That's going to push everybody inside bathroom, I'm sure. But they're going to have to find a break in here now. All 4 players are in. Marcos is the one pushed around the back, looking for the opportunity to slide in. They're 4 seconds away from losing this round here. It's all going back and forward. Lex is the last person alive, and that's going to be the break they need with 1 second. That was all that required. Our Peachy Slayers going to take this in the midst of the last seconds away from the Kunoichi Girls. Sandrine finds 1. They're going to have to get the challenges in because it's 5 seconds. That's going to be 1 second. It's done. Oh my god. Kunoichi do slide on through, do find that win, and it's the 250 to 245. Wow, that is not as close as I was expecting it to go there on map 1. I was trying to look at the scores and the doors, but everybody has to jump out and leave, so we miss out on that. But what a performance for Kunoichi. It looked like Peachy Slayers were just going to steal it at the nick at the end, and within 5 seconds, finally, the Kunoichi Girls closed it out, but that was getting tight. It was getting tight and risky. Let's be honest, it was risky, but map 1 going their way. How did we see that, chat? Let's look at that scoreline on the door here, as we were a bit surprised by that one. I'm pretty sure you guys would be just as surprised as we are. But 99% of the voters in chat did get 99% of them going towards Peachy Slayer. Sadly, it did not go the way of Peachy Slayer. So if you're an Inglorious Kunoichi voter, you do get some good channel points, and wow. Yes, I can't believe that. It was a fantastic game, wasn't it? Wasn't it a very fantastic game? And Jamebot almost, if 1 pick potentially off that Hellstorm would have been great for them to give that opportunity and get that win probably. But there's a few other things back and forward. It was just different gunfights at different times that could have swung that match. It was that close. Right, let's start a prediction for map number 2 though, ladies and gents. Who do you think is going to win map number 2? We'll give you this time a 10-minute counter because we're all getting back into the lobby and it's a search and destroy and it's a completely different side of things. We're going to have to set up the lobby and get everybody in and hope that the game starts and there's no issues and nobody gets kicked and, you know, all that malarkey. But while that happens and while I pay attention to what's going on, we're getting codes and we're going to try and get ourselves into the lobbies and do everything that needs to be done. Oh, you Frenchies in chat as well. I'm afraid I don't understand what you're writing. However, I wish I did know, because I could respond back to you. Très bien, you know? I'm like, bonjour. That's about it. Je m'appelle Marc. J'habite Dundee. That's as far as my level of Frenchiness goes. We do have the new lobby code though, so that's a good start. People are in and loaded up, and some people's PCs just load so much quicker than some others, I guess. But if you're on a good old Xbox 360 and playing Black Ops 6, fair play to you if you managed to get that working. I don't even know if you can get it on Xbox 360. What is the other Xbox anyway? I don't even use Xbox. We don't like Xbox over here anyway. We're a PC gamer for life now. I was a PlayStation gamer anyway. I prefer PlayStation. The controllers for PlayStation I prefer. You know, everything's just nicer. Just looks nicer. There's no boxness. There's just PlayStation, nice, fancy, sleek designs, you know. Beautiful. Ha ha ha. Good. Lindsay, you're going to have to speak some French for me. You know, when I was in Paris, I've been there a couple of times now, right? Because the wife loves Paris, and mostly Disneyland Paris, to be fair, because she loves Disneyland Paris, and that's where I proposed to her. So ever since then, she just wants to go back all the time. So we've been for anniversaries, we've been pre-honeymoon, pre-wedding moon, if that's what you can call it. And then now obviously with the little one, we want to take the little one before he turns 3, and then because it's free for them, and then, you know, we obviously get to go a few more times in the future. But when we were in Paris, like in the midst of Paris, trying to get tubes and stuff and trains and whatnot around the city. You don't speak English, Ted? Oh, damn. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. You can speak French in here. I don't care. I'm just saying, I can trust you are speaking nice French and not giving each other grief, which is fine. I fair play with that. But yeah, let's go and switch that codcaster around because it is going to be Peachy Slayers. I might actually change the Peachy colour to a more peachier colour and do that. So it's a little bit easier to read. And then I'll say that I'm already in chat so that they know as well. Yeah. So when I was trying to ask for directions, my first thing was, it was just trying to find Le Moulin Rouge. The Moulin Rouge. And they were like, oh, what? Me? What? And then all of a sudden I pointed to it because I found it eventually on the map where it was in the tube station. She was like, the Moulin Rouge. I was like, fucking what I said 17 times. Oh my God. Am I that bad at English? Like French, sorry. I was like, I thought I was good in French at school. Turns out I really wasn't. But hey ho, that happens. Right, we're into it. Peachy Slayers on the attack here. Map number 2 underway, not going their way ever so slightly in map number 1. But that quick plant on that A-bomb site, as we expect every single time out here on the beautiful map of Vault. But Jamebot does get that, no, it's Marcos gets that first pick on Lexa. And Daleen answers one back though onto Kayleigh. Daleen trying to stay alive here. Does find Marcos fighting back and forward. But Sandrine will get the pick. Now, 2v2 retake. It is all on. You can see Daleen coming around the corner. Jamebot is already pre-aimed and pre-ready for that challenge. All down to Sandrine now, looking to find that way and that break in. 11 more seconds on the time. Not going to find a kill. Not going to find the win in that one. And that'll be map round number 1 going their way towards Peachy Slayers. This time round, the Kunoichi girls, will they be the quick A-bomb plant that we expect to see a regular over here? And we need to do this as well, because Team 2 won map round number 1, so we'll do that. As we speak about it, Sandrine is going to get that bomb down towards that A-bomb site. They're going to feel the wrath of a couple of nades coming in. But the first blood goes to Yuzna. All 4 players inside. It's an easy retake here if you're the attackers, or the defending side, but it's about that timing and finding the opportunity to get on in. Looking from outside, Jamebot, outside vault, gonna send the nades in. Jamebot isn't the one to find that kill, it's Marcos, but 2 players fall back and forward. It's all down to Marcos finding the final pit kill, and there is the retake. The bomb defusal, and Kunoichi girls will lose out on that round. But it's kind of half expected. Peachy Slayers 2-0 up the attack and the defense win, going their way. Kunoichi need to find a second gear when it comes to the S&D. Back on board though with our attackers here. See where their plan and route is going. There you go. 2-2 split here mid-map. Marcos watching over catwalk. 2 players fall though, and it's Marcos and Kayleigh are going to be the last 2 players left alive for Peachy Slayers. As Yuzna and Daleen do find a kill apiece as they start to make their way round. Marcos is going to have to get back with Kayleigh, but Kayleigh will fall. In the meantime, it's all down to Marcos, and we've not managed to see any of these kills because they're all in a different position on the map. But let's look on board as Daleen does come for that challenge. 1 kill goes their way. Marcos pulls one back. Another challenge here. Side of the map's going to fall. That's going to be it. Inglorious Kunoichi will bring a round back here in their defense. Can they bring it back to even Stevens here on the attack and get a round to work out for them? Also, chat, is the stream running smoothly? Let us know in chat just so I can keep an eye on it, because like I said, we are streaming over 3 platforms at the moment in time, have a replay buffer running at the same time, and just trying to get everything running nice and smoothly for you all in chat and on Kick and on YouTube and on Twitch, because we want to put on a show for you all. And so do these girls, or lady, Kunoichi, and so on, as they push all towards that A-bomb site. That's going to be a tough ask here. Big Boink finds the first pick, slides on through now as well. It was actually Jamebot, because, you know, Call of Duty doesn't want to give us the right players. Jamebot, though, finds 2 so far. Now, 4 versus 2. In favour of Peachy Slayers here. Need to find the pick. Sandrine does find 1 back. Answers 1 back. There we go. Big Boink now. Has to be the player challenge it. That's 1 dead. That's 2 dead of Kunoichi. Peachy Slayers will get the defuse. A very good, solid retake once again. Smoother than Lando Carlicides. I don't even know who that is. Who's that? Very smooth. I like it, Jamie. Appreciate it. Appreciate the words. Smooth as a baby's bottom. I know. I've got the experience the last couple of years. From my kid, by the way. Just to put that clear. And nothing else other than that. Right? Just to clear it up. So, Big Boink and Marcos. Both with kills in that round there. Still continuing it for a streak so far. Oh my god, all 4 players are in the middle for Kunoichi, but they didn't manage to find the pick on any of them. They're still going to get that bomb down very, very quickly here. Lexa here, trying to find some kills. Trying to find the picks, but Jamebot instead. Kayleigh does find 1. Makes it very difficult for the girls of Kunoichi here. Now with a retake, Marcos is sitting pretty, waiting, and now your last alive is Yuzna. Looking good for the Slayers, as they're looking to take this 4-1. Yuzna does find a kit pick. The nade doesn't go inside. That's unfortunate. She's actually going to damage herself doing that. Does find Jamebot, but there we go. Peachy Slayers will take another round in the S&D, and it is now 4 rounds to 1 for the Peachy Slayers. Showing their dominance here in the S&D. Sometimes could be the downfall of your team is just that one life, player life scenario, which I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely detest. Yeah, see? A little bit of French in there. I detest a little bit of S&D. Now and then I do get some good games of it, but let's be honest, most of the time I definitely don't. A quick push here down towards that A-bomb site once again here from the Kunoichi girls. All 4 players though, they can't afford to be staying inside, and that's what's causing them to lose these retakes. And as you can see, the players of Peachy Slayers are rotating around, giving themselves 2 different directions to kind of hit on in. Chamebot trying to clear the map, making sure there's no players sitting in the back, but all 4 players of Kunoichi are inside, and that is so much more easier to deal with because nades, stuns, whatever else goes in there, it's going to kind of get every single person damage. You do find that trophy system, that's going to give them the opportunity to send nades in, spam it galore. Jamebot does, well, Marcos, sorry, does find that first pick. And like I said, 11 seconds left to do it. Are they leaving it to the last second? Yes, they might have done it all right here. Now, final player kills. That's not going to happen, but all 4 players dead of Kunoichi. Jamebot's on a 5 spray. What a way to end a round. Kunoichi do end up winning it, even with all 4 players inside vault. Very difficult situation to try and defend that. That could go both ways. That's the first time that it's gone right for them though. But can they afford to keep doing that? Jumping on board with Marcos here is so close to that Hellstorm missile here. 5 streak so far. Is there going to be enough chance for him to get it here in these potentially 2 more rounds that we have left here? Is the A-bomb will be planted here for the Peachy Slayers? Daleen spots a player to the right hand side. That's going to be Jamebot falling. 1 player will pass that back and Lexa will fall. Marcos does get the 6th streak. 1 more kill. We'll find that little kill streak that he's looking for. There we go. The Hellstorm missile's earned. There's 1v1 left alive here now. Who's going to find it using his onside? Bombs down though, so it's advantage Marcos. Using a has to risk it. Stuns come out. Marcos knows they are here. That's to find a kill. Using the get set to get the bomb defusal. They've got the time. Inglorious Kunoichi have secured the defuse in the midst of time. Using to winning that gunfight there does mean that they have pulled another one back and have found their 3rd S&D round here. What a way to do it. Right next to the bomb, which was perfect to just hop straight onto it. Was not expecting that to go there. It was only needed Marcos to delay for 0.8 seconds left to stop that round going the way of the Kunoichi girls. But Peachy Slayer are still in the advantage and in this kind of position to kind of take this one. 2 more rounds and they'll win it. But Kunoichi will want to answer back quickly as they just left off here in that attacking round. And sadly it is 1 for 1. Lexa though finds the next one. 2 versus 3. Peachy Slayers on that defensive side looking to find that retake. They do have Kayleigh and Marcos to deal with as the next 2. Marcos, who's been absolutely phenomenal, has found another kill. 14 and 3 so far in his S&D, and definitely one of his favourite rounds is S&D. I'm sure he must love S&D. 2v2 though scenario. Kill goes their way. Back and forward. Daleen last alive. They're playing their lives. Marcos has plenty of time to play it and get the defuse this time. It's not going to be squeaky bum time as it was last time out. Another good round. Marcos leading the way here in the S&D, being an absolute standout MVP for performance here for these Slayers. And should we say the most valuable Peachy? $15 in 3. Like, what else can we say other than unbelievable? Actually, 3 times more than anybody else in his team. Plant does go down here on the A-bomb site. This is map point for Peachy Slayers here. Can they win it on the attack? Or are the Kunoichi girls going to be able to pull one round back? One kill does go in the way of Marcos. None other, he sends in the Hellstorm missile. Does get one with it as well. And that's going to give them that advantage. The 3 versus 2 scenario. Marcos and team all looking to run on in. Using as the last person left alive. Jamebot slides in. The shots are not good enough. And ladies and gentlemen, I've just switched over too early there. I pushed the wrong button. But it's a 6-3 for the Peachy Slayers. (16-3) for Marcos though. Unbelievable performance. You love to see it. And it is this restart lobby once again as we expected there. But look at this. 6-3. A solid win. Peachy Slayer, 100% of vote this time round again. This time, anybody that put their votes in, channel points going your way. Peachy Slayer are the victory. Map number 3 back to a respawn that we're going to control. This time, once again, back onto Vault for a control this time round. Put your predictions in on the chat. We want to see who you think is going to take map number 3. It's tied 1 apiece here. Hardpoint respawn going in favour of Kunoichi ever so slightly. Peachy Slayers looked like they were going to run away with the S&D. They do eventually find the win, but 6-3 is pretty solid performance, and Marcos getting that most valuable Peachy for sure for the S&D. Overall, looking relatively strong here as well. We will have to wait for another lobby as always here, but as it stands, we're in a good spot here. 1 apiece, all looking on the, like we could go at least. We're seeing all 3 vaults for sure. Are we going to see another skyline though? Are we going to go to that map 5? Are we going to have a deciding match between these 2 teams? I think it's looking like it could be on the cards. It could be on the cards. Oh, what do you say, chat? Do you think it's in the cards? Still seeing these Peachy emotes bouncing around. He's the smoothest man in the galaxy. I thought I was the smoothest man in this galaxy. Jamie Cheese, by the way, from Star Wars. Ah, I know. Yeah, I know who you're on about. I know. I remember. Right, so there is a new lobby code that we'll be ready to get into. We try to be as smooth as we possibly can be. Right, private match. Let's join this beautiful Call of Duty private match lobbies, as we have such great opportunities with these to work so nice and smoothly. But there we go. All in. Kunoichi girls are ready. Set up. Good to go. Ready to see if they can win another respawn. I'm not a massive fan of Control in the grand scheme of things. Like, I don't think the maps are great for them, but I also feel like Vault is just one of these ones on it. It's like, it's a toss-up really, right? You have some good teams that just know how to dominate it to get B and find that secure and pretty much just swipe the floor with their opposition and make it a 3-0 win in the Control. And then you've got the other hands where nobody can get any caps of seconds. It's all down to like maybe potentially 1 or 2 ticks that are going either way, and that wins them the defensive round, and they end up just winning because they've got that defensive round. So it's, you know, I mean, it's not, I don't feel as competitive as it could be in the grand scheme of things. And I feel like other game modes would be better than Control, but they've stuck with Control for many years now. So it must be something that keeps bringing them back to using this Control side of things for our third kind of map mode. Any map modes in chat that you think should be brought back or introduced. That should be a competitive play map, because I liked Capture the Flag. I'm not going to lie, Capture the Flag was fun to watch. I feel like as a spectator, that was definitely a good thing to watch. Lots of plan logistic. Uplink, I said it as well the other day. Uplink I felt like was a really good game mode. Obviously it catered well to advanced movement and stuff like that, but this game's not far away from that advanced movement in a way that I think Uplink could kind of win, like, and kind of be quite a decent game mode, but like they'd have to kind of introduce it like you're throwing it like a grenade or something, you know, but not as far obviously. But yeah, in that sort of scenario, I don't know how you'd play it differently, but I feel like the movement could help that, you know, like some fancy diving moves and stuff, you know, like, or maybe like, I don't even know. Don't know what you could do as another kind of game mode for Call of Duty that would actually be relatively decent in terms of the competitive scene. They're asking if they're ready in chat. I'm saying I'm ready in chat. I'm going to make sure that everybody knows I'm ready. And this time around, Peachy Slayers are the attacking side going in to this one. It is one apiece in the series, as you can see below, which also means that this could be the crucial swing that they need, that momentum push to give them that opportunity to win it on the hard point, to not have to go back to another S&D or even going to see a different map again, which will be back to Skyline, where we've seen it on map number 1. But fingers crossed, like we said, it all runs nice and smoothly. We're into it. Map number 3 is underway. We're in the control and we're on board with Janebot, who slides straight on towards that A zone. 2 players instantly sliding through. Is going to be Big Boink, but will fall. Next one to fall was Janebot. Marco's now trying to watch from catwalk. Only person kind of pushed up nearby. Does find the pick though. Now trying to make a position so they can get the players back from that spawn. Lexa slides on through. Will give away his good position now, and Marcos is going to have to get out of there for a second as he is playing Ring a Rosies here. But around that statue. Meanwhile, the alien looking to slide on through. Here's the shots from Janebot, decides to go that way. They're getting on towards that B site, but the players do fall. The killing spree going towards Usna, who we've not even noticed, snaking around in the back, running that S&G down. Finds Kaylee and almost finds that one, makes it 6 kills, but will eventually fall as Marcos finds that pick. Janebot here now. Let's go. Where is he going? Sends a stun down, capturing that A zone. Life still in favour of the Kunoichi Girls. The contest comes in, but it wasn't good enough. Janebot managing to hold his own. 29 seconds left though on the clock, and Kunoichi Girls have done well to diminish them as much as possible and leave it very little, but we know it only takes mere seconds to capture the zone, to give you that extra minute, but they need all the kills to go their way. Big Boink keeping things alive here, finding a double of his own. Makes that opportunity here towards the 2 ticks of progress on A. Could well be finishing this one up here. Using sneaking in the back. Will find one. Turns around, finds a second. Going to make it a third. Oh my god. What did we just witness? It was the multi-kill. But it makes it 14-14 here. Marcos adds 1. 4 in a row. Trying to keep himself alive here. Rolled it back out through vault. Pushing up, Janebot trying to find that spawn in the back. Sneaks on out. Marcos continuing his 5 spray though in the meantime. He did get that full tick of progress. Gave them that extra minute now to play with. But they're actually winning the gunfights out here. Usena's going to have to go big here or go home, and she's going to try and sneak up the back. Janebot does get stunned though, and that is going to be the opportunity here. 11 versus 6. They've got the life counts mattering. Lexa though in a strong power position up top, keeps herself alive. Has to try and find these picks and keep it going. No more respawns left for the Kunoichi Girls, and they're going to keep pushing in here. It might be risky as Janebot does find that one. 3 players left, all back towards B. Have to stay alive now. Can't afford to push it out. Can't afford to do too much. That's going to be the opportunity that Janebot needs here. The trophy system comes out. 2 players hop the point. Close by. Lexa finds 1. Going to try and find a second. Will be picked off. It's all down to using it, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be 3 ticks of progress on B. or is using it going to be to stop it in the nick of time. Finds one. Has to stop the time. Isn't going to do so. Gets a stun out. Will contest. 27 seconds to stay alive. Doesn't manage it. Peachy Slayers win their attack. They don't win it on ticks, but they do win it on the kills. But a solid first attack. A solid first attack. What do you think? 5 ticks of progress made from the Peachy Slayers. Jamebot 9 and 7. Marcos though continuing how he left off. 13 and 4 so far in this control. Now with the Peachy trying to do the defense. First kill's going away with Kunoichi though, back and forward checkerboard scenario though on the scoreline. 3 players are on the zone. Capture zone will be tick progression made on A. Nobody challenging dealing so far on A though, and Jamebot's just trying to keep a spree going, but it does eventually fall. That little hop up spot. Oh, Daleen lost him for a second, still manages to turn around and find the win on that gunfight, and that is unbelievable from her, to be fair. Good position here. Now Marcos doesn't spot that player. I don't even know what's going on. Daleen seems to be just shooting the whole magazine before eventually finding where the player actually is, but they're on a free streak and somehow Daleen is kept alive and got that whole tick of progress made now towards that A zone. Now they've got a full 2 minutes to play with here on that B site, and this is where they want to get a good position, set themselves up well here for it. You do see the kills going in the feed here. Big Bank has found Lexa in the meantime. He's on 2 so far. He's going to stun the player inside vault. Knows he's there, but Lexa already pre-fires it. Sees that player coming around. Does get the kill. Now hops the B site. 2 players from up top. The nades come out. There's no trophy system to stop these nades though, so they'll keep spamming that or sliding in for the contest. Big Boink falls. Kayleigh tries to push out, stays alive as well, back and forward, but Daleen and Sandrine are the only 2 players left. The tick of progress will be made towards B, and they're 1 more tick away to matching the scoreline of the Peachy Slayers, but they'll need to win either the full ticks of progress here, or win on kills again to give a win on the board. You don't want to be too nailed down in a control. Alexa does find Big Boink. Another player dies. That's Marcos in the feed. Another one back and forward. Now 2 ticks of progress made towards that B site. All 4 players though are coming close by. The slide's going to come in. The capture is still going ahead. Kayleigh finds the 1 kill. Tries to clear it. Lexa finds 2 though. Lexa finding 2. She's on a 4 streak. They're going to get the full tick of progress made here unless 1 player can slide on through. Big Boink manages to clear the zone. Finds that kill. It's so close. It is neck and neck here. The contest comes in. They just need to fight the 2 players on the contest. 2 of them there. Kayleigh and co. Clearing the zone. 1 minute left to play with. But they're throwing their lives at it. Kunoichi. They're risking it all for the win here. And that's what you want to see. But it's all about position now in the map. They need to get themselves sorted out here. Marcos in that top power position. User's not going to challenge that. Surely has spotted that. Spots 2 more though. Marcos is there, player onto the left towards statue. Jamebot finds the kill. Lexa trying to do some more work here. 14 and 13 so far. Tries to get that spot under control. Challenge comes in. Jamebot turns, guns, finds 1, falls. Lexa, opportunity. I keep saying Lexa, and Alexa keeps registering me saying something. Kunoichi girls have 5 lives. Daleen on a 5 streak. Well, it's actually Lexa doing her work once again. Jamebot though, 4 lives, 4-2. Kunoichi are all falling, and that is going to be Lexa left alive. A 1 versus 4 scenario. This is like an S&D here. We'll find 1. Still 33 seconds to play with. Expecting challenges here. Kayleigh up top here. Power position. 3 players left alive. No time left for Kunoichi. Marcos is round the corner. That's the game. That's the round here. Peachy Slayers coming back in that one. It looked like it was a Kunoichi win, but they managed to outslay the Kunoichi girls. They are called Slayers for a reason by the looks of it, and that's what they decided to do instead, is start slaying out the Kunoichi side. (2-0 for Peachy Slayers. Inglorious Kunoichi once again back to the defensive side. Lexa here going 18 and 15. Sandrine just not having the best of maps so far. 4 and 19. Not a scoreline you want to be looking back at. Not the way you want to play your control here. You've got least amount of kills and also lost most of the lives for your side. Adds another 2, it makes it 20. But Lexa though runs out of bullets in that KSV. Marcos again though, who's had a solid game once again. 23 and 7 on a 6 streak so far. One more kill away from that Hellstorm missile, and we've seen how clutch it came in last time around. Daleen does find 2 though in the meantime. Marcos finds that 1 kill. Maybe he actually needs 1 more just to add to it, or else that won't be the score streak that he wanted to get earned. But if he gets that tick of progress, maybe he can get some extra score on the door here. Not finding the players in the back and forward. It's Janebot finding kills. Lexa will find that final kill there though and stop the progression on A good solid defense this time round though from the Kunoichi girls so far. 30 more seconds to play with. Marcos is playing his life, playing the kills. He does eventually fall, which means he won't have earned that cruise missile, thankfully, for the Kunoichi side. But 27 seconds left on the clock. They need to hop that zone if you're Peachy Slayers and you want to win this round 3-0. But Lexa is clearing their lines. The back line is cleared. Sandrine now, stay alive. Get your shots firing. Pre-aim, pre-do whatever you have to do. Get behind a heady and stay alive here because 12 seconds left. It's not looking good for Peachy Slayers to come back at this one here, but it just needs that one moment. Janebot gets on, stops that time, realizes has to stay on. 2 players are there, back and forward, checkerboard scoreline. Lexa finding the final kill, 1 more player left alive. Marcos going to capture any ticks of progress potentially, stopping time here, tries to get the kills back and forward, but the Peachy girls and boys just can't find the break on in. They couldn't find 4 players dead for Kunoichi, and they stay alive for another round at least here in the control. No ticks of progress made whatsoever in that round. It shows you the difference from their first attack than it is to this attack here. Kunoichi, stronger defense this time round. Different playstyle, different way of attacking it and defending it at separate times, but Lexa, 27 and 17, had a strong round. Yuzma doing the same. Sandy needed to pick it up a little bit. A few more kills going our way wouldn't be a miss. But now they have to do it in the attack, the girls of Kunoichi. All 4 players will slide on through, make as if they're going towards that A site. I really do like this play here, straight towards B. All 4 players stack it now. Now positioned from vault. Slide on through. Big Boink though does find 2. That is exactly what he needed to do to stop them. He finds all 3, ladies and gentlemen. Big Boink cleared B. 1 tick of progress was made though. I like the play from Kunoichi, but with all 4 dying so quickly straight afterwards, it wasn't good for them. Big Boink and Marcos just doing what they have to do, and solid defenses once again can win this game. And that'll be the map clear and secure. And that'll take the 2-1 in the lead here. Does find 1, traded back and forward, though Janebot is going to try and find that opportunity to take out Daleen. Does find it. Another strong defense clears that little bit of progress that was made towards A, but nothing major. I feel like it is going to be a difficult ask here for Kunoichi to come back at this one on the attack. It was something nice that they tried, but they needed somebody to stay alive in that opportunity on B for them to have an opportunity here in this map. As it stands, Daleen trying to fight on her own here. The rotation's coming around. 26 seconds left on the clock. There's players sitting, waiting patiently in the back. That's Big Boink looking down with that AR, making sure that nobody can come sliding on down towards B. Daleen does find a pick. Kayleigh comes sliding in though and answers that one back. 14 seconds left on the clock. All 3 players need to get on the zone and need to do it quick, and they need to find players dead for the Peachy Slayers. Janebot finds another one. Now he's rotating back into their spawn, expecting the players to come, but 1 tick of progress was made towards A. 2 players on the zone. Using trying to do the corner position here. Watching players coming in from both directions. 13 seconds left on the clock. Still making progress towards A. They have the kills advantage going their way. They'll get that extra minute added, and we're back to 1 minute 12 seconds on the clock here. 3 kills in a row here for Usna. Going to try and make it 4. Does do so, and that's a nice wee slide out of position here. And in that meantime, in the kill feed, Jamebot finds to himself. Alexa trying to find a pick there, doesn't manage to do it. Dalian now is going to go towards that vault side. In the meantime, Usna, who's continuing their spree on 5. And she needs to shut up because that is really frying my brain. 36 seconds to play with though here. They've lost this round of control if they don't manage to get on that zone and start making any progress. But they've lost so many lives in the meantime in this position trying to get anywhere near that zone. Kayliano, is it going to be spotted and finds that kill there? Makes it even easier for them. Only 5 more lives left alive for Kunoichi and no one near the zone. The only person nearby is going to be Lexa, and Lexa's not even going to be able to get on the zone. Does turn around, find one kill though, gets onto that zone. 2 players capture it for a second. The slide comes on. Jamebot though is absolutely aimbotting the opportunity, and opportunity is just going their way here. 1 minute and 1.4 seconds on the clock here, and I don't see the 2 players staying alive for long enough here. The contest is still in. Marcos finds the kills. Ladies and gentlemen, Peachy Slayers will win your control, and that's going to be a 3-1 win for them in the round. Two rounds on the bounce. Search and destroy, followed by the control. Jamebot 39 and 26, a solid performance for him. Sandrine needed to up it a little bit, just wasn't finding kills. Couldn't do anything with it. Lexa and Usna though, 33 kills each. Solid performance from them. But it was on the losing side, I'm afraid, and Peachy Slayers now take the lead here in the series. It is 2 rounds to 1. They'll be looking to end it here on the hardpoint. Inglorious Kunoichi wanting to keep it alive and take it to the search and destroy final map on Skyline. And it is anybody's game still because hardpoint was so close last time. They can't afford to be too close if you're Kunoichi, because one me mistake can cause them to lose this series. And we don't want that, do we, girls? You don't want to go out. Not yet. Not yet. Fight for that map 5. Fight for that final round opportunity. See if you can keep it alive. Just going to jump back on to that caster table while we reset the lobby once again. Peachy Slayers doing a fantastic job of it to find 2 rounds in a row. Liv Cutter says absolute slaying. Let's get the prediction, chat. 97% votes, 15k of points went towards Inglorious Kunoichi, and I'm sorry, but you're losing all of your points here, buddy, as they are going towards Peachy Slayer. And whoever put money on Peachy Slayer, that's a good wad of cash there in the channel points. Exactly what they needed. New predictions going up though. Map number 4. Back to vault for our 3rd time this evening. Up on a hard point this time round. And Liv Cutter saying, I'll take that 17k channel points. Now, up the peaches, they say, no Peachy, no party is what you keep saying and we keep hearing. And so far, it is a party because Peachy are invited. Right, so let's have a nosy. Let's have a wee gander, right? That's while we wait for this new lobby code, right? We're gonna do what we always do here. Double check some beautiful replays for you all. To diminish them as much as possible and leave it very little, but we know it only takes mere seconds to capture the zone and give you that extra minute, but they need all the kills to go their way. Big Point keeping things alive here, finding a double of his own. Makes that opportunity here towards the 2 ticks of progress on A. Could well be finishing this one up here. Using sneaking in the back. Will find one. Turns around, finds a second. Going to make it a third. Oh my. But they're actually winning the gunfights out here. User's going to have to go big here or go home, and she's going to try and sneak up the back. Janebot does get stunned though, and that is going to be the opportunity here. 11 versus 6. They've got the life counts mattering. Lexa though in a strong power position up top. Keeps herself alive. Has to try and find these picks and keep it going. No more respawns left for the Kunoichi Girls, and they're going to keep pushing in here. It might be risky as Janebot does find that one. Have to stay alive now. Can't afford to push out. Can't afford to do too much. That's going to be the opportunity that Janebot needs here. The trophy system comes out. 2 players hop the point. Close by. Lexa finds one. Going to try and find a second. Will be picked off. It's all down to using it, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be 3 ticks of progress on B. Or is using it going to be the stop it in the nick of time. Finds one. Has to stop the time. Isn't going to do so. Gets a stun out. Will contest. 27 seconds to stay alive. Trying to do the defense. First kill is going away of Kunoichi though. Back and forward checkerboard scenario though on the scoreline. 3 players are on the zone. Capture zone will be tick progression made on A. Nobody challenging dealing so far on A though. And Janebot's just trying to keep a spree going, but it does eventually fall. That little hop up spot. Oh, Daleen lost him for a second. You do see the kills going in the feed here. Big Bank has found Lexa in the meantime. He's on 2 so far. He's going to stun the player inside vault. Knows he's there, but Lexa already pre-fires it. Sees that player coming around. Does get the kill. Now hops the B site. 2 players from up top. The nades come out. There's no trophy system to stop these nades though, so they'll keep spamming that or sliding in for the contest. Big Bank falls. Kayleigh progress will be made towards B. And they're 1 more tick away to matching the scoreline of the Peachy Slayers, but they'll need to win either the full ticks of progress here or win on kills again to give a win on the board. You don't want to be too nailed down in a control. Alexa does find Big Boink. Another player dies. That's Marcos in the fade. Another one back. Just on me saying something. Here we go, some good little highlights there back and forward, but if you don't already hear it in the background, we do have that beautiful countdown ticker going on in our ears, which will mean we could potentially be seeing our last match of the series unless Kunoichi Girls can find the win here back again on a hard point, where they did win it in map number 1, but by 5 seconds, where it was very tight. Now they need to try and do something here and win it once again, to take it to that all-important match number 5 for them. But Peachy Slayers, they're not going to be no slouches here. They're looking to win it right here, right now, and make it a 3-1 win in the series. Let's jump on back over towards Vault. As we know, that is where we are once again, our 3rd map of Vault. And Peachy Slayers are a map away from the win. Using it, finding the first blood. Users found a second. Using it, almost found an extra, but Janebot will say no to it and find a couple of kills of himself. He'll be on the zone here as well, getting some ticks of progress. Sandrine's the next one to fall. Marcos finds another. Janebot once again. Finding the gunny. Coming in clutch. Janebot staying outside here, looking for the rotations here. Wanting to make sure that they can hold for P2 spawns here. This is what you want. Marcos finds 2. He's on a 5 streak so far. Back and forward between them 2 are just having a phenomenal performance so far this series. And now they've got the spawns for P2. It's 6-6 tied up here, but P2 just popping. Does give the Peachy Slayers that lead. Watching the players in the back, they know where Marcos is. They're bound to know where Kayleigh is here eventually, but does find one pick on Sandrine. Daleen comes sliding on in here in front of it as well. And Alex is the last player left alive here for the Kunoichi Girls. They're trying to find that player in that back spawn. Does find one. 3 dead in the feed. The break that they need. One more player inside zone. Chamber was trying to do it all himself. Almost does it. Does find a couple for himself, but the hardpoint does get broken in. P2 in favour of Kunoichi will tie this game up here now. Peachy Slayers not looking to chow this. They're getting themselves set up here into their next positions for P3 down that lane. They've got all the power positions. They've got all these positions to be nice and secure here for a good amount of time early on. There's one kill going their way. It's Kayleigh up top here. Does get picked off by Sandrine. Lexa will find Jamebot, and now another player dead in the feed, using it now into that power spot. Spots out Marcos, does get the kill, but gets traded out. Daleen getting the contest on the hardpoint. Trying to slide on in, doesn't work out for them as it's traded back and forward, but if you've got one player staying online, Jamebot just managing to get this ticks of progress made. The nade will finally clear him off. But they're still close by. Kayleigh coming up through vault. Surely got her because she never runs dead silence by the sounds of it, or ninja, because she sounds like she has massive clogs on as she stomps her way around this map. Look at that, the loudest person on the map for sure. That wouldn't be me. That's what would get me killed on so many occasions. Using it though, slides on through. Pass through statue, finds that pick. Big Boink trying to stay alive here though. Gets slid out on here and using it, finding 2. Gonna stay there in the back. Jamebot though is going to be the player to challenge it. If there's going to be anybody challenging using it, you want Jamebot to be doing it. But thankfully he gets that help from his teammate. Lexa in this meantime, it's kept 2. Making it 3. Keeping the hardpoint going their way as they do take a little slender lead here for a second as Peachy Slayers does get onto the hardpoint. The break does come on in. Marcos is there. Slice through straight into the gun. Alexa though, and now there's going to be 2 more players trying to challenge it. That's Jamebot. Like we says, Jamebot with that SMG in hand is a deadly weapon. So far only 9 and 6, but as long as he's getting the time, he's the 53-second holder on this time. They're getting this game, and this is the reason they are now in the lead of this hardpoint, because Jamebot is gathering as much time as possible where he can. We're going back towards P1 though. He's going to slide straight through though, but does eventually fall. Lexa does find that pick, but will be stunned. Kunoichi holding in P1 for now. But watching these angles, Big Boink slides on through. Lexa finds another pick. Kunoichi Girls looking to try and take the lead once again, but if anybody's going to stop you, it's going to be Jamebot. Like we said, there's 2 in a row once again. He's back to 12 and 7. He's looking hot again. He's going to make it 3 in a row. Now they're going to hop that P1. 26 seconds left on the clock. They need to find the picks, but Sandrine finds the 2. Kayleigh and Jamebot will fall to that Ames. Marcos though, the timing, the COD timing doesn't work out for Sandrine as Marcos just gets away with murder. Does eventually fall though. And now we're back in the back here. Look at that. Big Boink doing the work, finding 2 kills in the back. We'll give them that opportunity here to get into P2 and find them spawns. Now it's a tie game. Lexa, oh, doesn't finish off the kill. Lets them get away. But we'll go back for the spawns. Let's look on board here. Marcos is going to get great timing here on 2 players. They line up, but not perfectly enough to find all 2. Now he's going to challenge it. The Kunoichi have managed to get in on the zone. Back and forward, we said these are tight matches, and using it with the turn and burn. The lead going towards Kunoichi. But a very slender lead. 26 seconds or 20 seconds left now to play for here on P2. Everyone else making the rotation run. Big Boink found that first pick. Doesn't find a second, as using it will eventually find that, and there's going to be no more challenge here from the Peachy Slayers, and it's going to be a slender lead going for Kunoichi. Looking at the rotation around the back though, Kayleigh loud as ever. As that bear, Lexa hears it from a mile away. We'll turn around, find that kill. Using us down 5. Coming up through mid. It's going to spot Big Boink from that respawn. Now, we'll expect the challenge. Might have seen Janebot up top. Does. Tries to turn around and get that gun as well. Doesn't manage to find Janebot, that stays alive though for a mere few seconds as Marcos will pick them out from outside palm trees. Sandrine will fall. Now Alexa looking up at that tower position, looking on down from it. It's going to be back and forward. Who's going to get the pick off it? Marcos is there. There's both ARs trying to find it. Marcos dives on out. Will fall into the hands of Lexa as she is now on a 6 streak. And look how difficult it is though, and how far away she is still from that Hellstorm here. 6 in a row. Still nowhere near that Hellstorm. But has to get the reloads in because the running out of weapons and ammo at this point in time in that power position is not what you want. Kayliano is the person to go sliding on through, giving a free kill to Lexa once again with that movement being so loud. Pretty much offers up every single bit of information that Lexa needs to find that kill. Marcos though. He's running ninja. He's quiet. You don't hear him sneaking around. He's going to try and sneak on out. But straight to Lexa once again. She's added 8. A couple more potentially here to find that Hellstorm missile. And Kunoichi now have that 40-second lead. One more kill now. Definitely will find Lexa in control of that cruise missile, which could be a match decider here as using Andalian find 2. Big Boy's going to line up. Lexa's going to get the Hellstorm missile earned. Gets a score that they needed. The trades back and forward will stay alive as well. On a 9 streak. Keeping it going. Using is also turned up again. Once again in this map. 23 and 16. It's going to turn and burn here. 6 kills in a row. A 62-point lead here for the unbelievable performances that Lexus stops in the 10 streak. Oh my goodness. Yes, you're allowed to sell packs, you're allowed trophy system. It's 2 and 2. I'm pretty sure. I don't know the rules, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Peachy Slayers do get P1 back though. And now trying to hold here. Not let Kunoichi get too many seconds ahead of them. You don't want to be falling too far behind, but the kills going their way. Using to continue where she left off. Lexa also doing the same here. 26 and 13 is going to find another to add to her tally. Going to try and add a second. Doesn't do it though, as Big Boink will sneak out through the back of all side and they'll go through mid map to stop these players of using it on the zone. 14 more seconds to play for. Peachy Slayers with the back spawn. When do you make the rotation? The cruise missile comes in, doesn't find anything. The Kunoichi girls have to go and try and sneak in here now with no coverage. They do have the spawns though, but they don't have the kills going their way. And it's all down to Daleen. Will we take that back? It's all down to using it. Does get the break on in. Lexa finds a kill in the back as well. That could be crucial. Kaylian will find them though. And that's all 3 players that were nearby out of the window. And Peachy Slayers will have the opportunity now to hold here on P2 as long as possible. Big Boink finds 2. Good hold here for Peachy Slayers. They'll need to get on that zone here though and get that 28 seconds as much as possible here to keep it close. Because Peachy don't want to be falling further and further behind, but the break on comes in from Daleen. Oh, if only she found the 2. Doesn't manage it, but it's traded back and forward. It's a checkerboard on the screen. Big Boink will find the final kill. And 10 more seconds going their way. They're going to have this to even closer margin than we were expecting it to be when Kunoichi had such a strong lead. Once again, throwing it away ever so slightly and making things look more interesting and more of a fun spectacle for us to watch, chat, but also more of a difficult ask for them to win the series and even think about winning the hard point, because they've got to win this to get themselves towards that search and destroy position. Does fall. Marcos. Janebot though will get back on. Peachy Slayers trying to get that lead. Haven't managed to find it there. Look at this. It's back and forward. The same player falling in mid is just going to be the same player to fall back and forward. Power game is so tight now. We're back to a very tight position here. Peachy Slayers going to get it past that 180 mark, but within 6 seconds it's going to be all Peachy Slayers here by this looks of it. Lexa though in the back, find that power position once again, does find Janebot. Next player to challenge, it's Marcos though. It's a better route taken this time round as they've got 2 players in the back now. Now the challenge going in on the zone. Peachy Slayers with 194 seconds. So close to that 200 point mark. Go for the challenge. The nade comes in. Marcos now is going to be the next one to try and push on through. He's 5 in a row, but as the only player nearby, his team are all spawning out towards mid-map side of, or even P2 side. Looking good. Using it. Keeping things alive. They're past that 200 point mark. It's a tight and good, nice watch here on our hard point. And it's back and forward. Jamebot though gets the gun. Gets the break on through here as well. 1 player left alive in the back, and there is a close player. Dalian going to try and stop it, but 19 seconds left on the clock here. Kalian is going to find that kill. And they're still pushing it, using it, making sure that no more time going towards Peachy Slayers. They can't afford to lose too much. Big Boink here on a 5 streak will be ended by Lexa in that last 4 seconds. Is it going to be the clutch time that they need? Is using it, tries to sneak on through towards P1. Found out though by Jamebot. And now Sandrine is going to be the next potential victim, but it's not. She wins her gunfight. And with 29 seconds left in the hard point, this could go down to time, ladies and gentlemen. Kunoichi have the advantage, but it's only a few seconds they need here. It's going to be a stop time once again, and there we go. Peachy Slayers are going to take the lead in this hard point. They find the kills as well. Kalian all of a sudden starts to heat up, starts to find some good picks. Marcos up from catwalk, 3 dead, 1 more player left alive. Jamebot has to try and find one, does find a pick. The lead going of Kunoichi, nobody on the zone. They need to get on the zone here. Stops that time, but also gives them that advantage. But if they're not on time, they also win it. 15 seconds, it's a risky business in this position. Who's going to take it? 20 seconds. Kunoichi have lost this one here by the looks of it. 3 more seconds. Nobody's going to win it here, but we've got 15.9 seconds. It's going to P2, and now it's all to play for. Lexa has to stay alive here. Can't afford to fall out or die here. 10 more seconds to play for. Somebody has to hop the zone. There we go. 9 seconds, but it's in favour of the Kunoichi girls once again. 8 more seconds on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to go down to the wire. The absolute wire. Nobody's on the zone. The challenge comes in. It's going to be 1 here. 10 seconds. Who's going to challenge it? Lexa needs to slide on through. We've got 4 more seconds to play for. 4 more seconds on the time as well. It's going to be risky business here. If you get all 4 dead, you hop off the zone, you win it. You can't hop off the zone yet. You have to find the kills. You have to stay alive here, Kunoichi. They are doing so well. Big Boink though gets the challenge and gets the finish in, and that's going to be it. It's down to time. It's done. Ladies and gentlemen, Peachy Slayers will win it down to time. It doesn't go to the 250 margin, and oh my god, I was not expecting that. I ain't gonna lie. A 245 to 242 on our scoreboard. What have we just witnessed? There you go. Lexa going 44 and 26. You have Marcos going 42 and 28. 29 untraded kills. Non-traded kills for Lexa goes to 32. But Marcos, absolute standout performance for your squad. Peachy Slayers, you are your winners. You take that win. An unbelievable way to win it as well, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it did that. Ludo, I'm not the one that runs the ads. But that went so close. An absolute GG to both teams though. Very close hard points from both of them. Every single one of them. MVP each definitely goes to Marcos. Well done. What an absolute standout performance. But also, how did we even get to that? Like, I legit don't even know how we got to that, ladies and gentlemen. A close game, but a 3-1 win for Peachy Slayers at the end of the day. Unbelievable. Kunoichi, I feel for you, because it could have been yours there. It could have been. It was on the edge. It was teetering. You were so close to getting the lead, and all you needed to do was hop off the point, but there wasn't just too many players nearby from Peachy Slayers to try and get back in on that zone quickly enough, because they were just too close in spawn-wise. But GG, well done. Peachy coming out strong once again. We'll stop that prediction there, and 100% of you this time did vote for Peachy Slayers, so your channel points go your way. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, guys. If you haven't already, please do hit that follow button. Please do ask us for a cast, because we would love to cast your matches. That's what we're here for. We're here to give you all these goated casts as much as possible. But yeah, 5 point hard points, like within 5 points, is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So GG, well played, and we will catch you on the flip side on another cast, which we'll be casting tomorrow night once again. So if you're not here, if you not enjoyed that one, you might even enjoy tomorrow's one even more, because that was a series and a half.